The history of Canada. When the first European explorers came to Canada, they found all regions occupied by the native people who they called Indians, thinking they had reached the East India. So, the native people lived by the land, some by hunting and gathering, others by raising crops. However, the arrival of European trades, missionaries, soldiers, and colonists changed the native way of life forever. Large numbers of Aboriginals died of European disease, to which they lacked immunity. However, Aboriginals and Europeans formed a strong economic, religious, and military bonds in the first 200 years of coexistence, which laid the foundations of Canada. Today, Canada is made up of 10 provinces. However, when the British North America Act in 1867 created the new dominance of Canada, there were only 4 provinces: Ontario, Quebec, Nova Scotia, and New Brunswick. And here we have more facts. Fact 1. In 1871, British Columbia joined the Union with the promise of a highway to link it to the rest of the country. Fact 2. After great debate and 2 referenda, the people of Newfoundland voted to join the Confederation in 1949, creating another Canada's provinces. And fact 3. On April 1st of 1999, Nunavut was created from the eastern part of Northwest Territories, covering 1.9 million square kilometers.
Hello, I'm talking about the curious about the Canada. Okay, the capital of the Canada is Ottawa. The area is 9,907,610 kilometers. The population of Canada is approximated 35 millions. The nationality, the Canada is Canadian. The national date is July 1, Canada's Independence Day. The Canada cities, the main Canada cities are Toronto, Montreal, Vancouver, and Ottawa. Okay. And about the flag, the means about the flag. The 2 vertical red bars means the Pacific and Atlantic Oceans. The white bar means the Canada territory, while the stylified leaf represents the maple-covered forest, the typical Canada 3. Canada religion is diverse, and the Canada has no official religion, and the currency of religions pluralism is an important part of the country's political culture. Canada received the influence of many countries and people that colonized it. The mixture of French, English, Chinese, among many other colonizers, transformed and enriched a gastronomy that became unique. Canada is the country that has the largest number of freshwater lakes in the world. There are thousands of lakes across the territory. At Canadian universities, professors are required to receive papers right in French or English, the 2 official languages in this country. The Canada country has one of the highest human development index in the world. Bears, scared moose are the most common animals in Canada. Canada's national sport is ice hockey. Canada is home to several inventions, including basketball, light bulb, electronic microscope, television, and others. So guys, this is the curious about the Canada.
Now we are going to talk about Canada's culture. As we see in Canada's history, its culture has been influenced by European culture and traditions, mostly by British and French, and by its own native culture. Therefore, the topics we're going to talk about here are deeply impacted by this fact. Canada's constitution established both English and French as official languages. However, English is dominant throughout most of the country. About four-fifths of Canada's population claim affiliation in some degree with an organized religious faith. Most are either Roman Catholic or Protestant. The most practiced sports in Canada are hockey, baseball, basketball, and football, in addition to the typical winter sports such as ice skating and skiing. The Canadian cuisine is diverse. Maple syrup is the most famous syrup in the world. The Canadian flag symbol, a leaf tree, gives rise to a syrup used in pancakes, waffles, and even on toast. Some of the most famous dishes are poutine and the beaver tail. The poutine is made with French fries, with cheddar cheese curd topped with a special meat sauce called gravy, and the beaver tail is a fried dove covered with Nutella, chocolate, or peanut butter. The name comes from the shape similar to the rodent's tail, and the candy accepts any cover.
In Canada, healthcare is provided by a cooperative national system financed jointly by a public and a private health insurance providers, system users, and the government. Because the Canadian Constitution delegates responsibility for healthcare to the provincial and territorial governments, there are in fact 12 interconnected health systems, each corresponding to one of the 10 provinces and 2 territories, plus one system under federal jurisdiction. The COVID-19 pandemic in Canada is part of the ongoing worldwide pandemic of coronavirus disease 2019, caused by a severe acute respiratory syndrome coronavirus 2. The virus was confirmed to have reached Canada on January 27, after an individual who had returned to Toronto from Wuhan, Hubei, China, tested positive. In mid-March, as cases of community transmission were confirmed, all of Canada's provinces and territories declared states of emergency. Provinces and territories have, to varying degrees, implemented the school and daycare closures, prohibitions on gatherings, closures of non-essential business, restrictions on entry, and mandatory self-isolation for travelers. Canada severely restricts its borders access, barring travelers from all countries with some exceptions.